Tell us a little bit about your background and how you started Catholic Answers.
Well, I originally was practicing law, had
Mhm,
been doing that for some years. And one Sunday, my wife and I came out of Mass,
mhm,
and there on the cars in the parking lot, under the windshield wipers, were anti Catholic flyers.
mhm,
They were against the Eucharist and against the priesthood. And the flyers were published and distributed by a fundamentalist church just a mile away.
mhm.
So I took one off and I said, somebody needs to answer this. Nobody else seemed to be inclined to do so. So I decided I would do it. And I wrote up a tract of my own explaining the errors in that tract and what the Catholic Church really believes. I didn't want to put my name on it because I was a complete nobody.
Mm.
So I needed something that sounded more authoritative. So I said, well, here I am, a Catholic giving an answer. So I'll invent the name Catholic Answers as a group and let people think that there are a lot of people behind this operation. And then I didn't want to put my home address on the flyer out of fear that while I was at my law office, some fundamentals would come up to my
Right,
home and irritate my wife.
right.
So I took out a P.O. box and I printed off a small run of these flyers. And a few weeks later, I went to that fundamentalist church and put my flyer on its cars during one of its services. And then I remember distinctly standing across the street, leaning against a telephone pole, and watching what happened when that Sunday service broke. And the first people out the door were the elders or the deacons or whatever they may be. And they saw my tract on
Uh-huh.
their cars. So they were starting to pick them off one by one, but they weren't
Yeah.
fast enough. The people came out of the church, and most of them got a copy of it. I said, okay, my good deed is done. That's it. And I forgot about it. But then a week later, I said, well, maybe somebody actually replied at the P.O. box. So I went there. It was stuffed with letters. And the weird thing is that a good number of them were from Catholics.
Huh.
How they saw my flyer, I have no idea.
Mhm.
But anyway, they said, this is good stuff. Send us your catalog. And I wrote back saying, I'm sorry, but everything's out of print at the moment. And then I started writing more. So I wrote 6 tracts total. And that worked for a few months. And then people said more and more and more. So I wrote another 6. I had 12. Then I wrote another 12. I had 24. And finally, I just sat down and wrote another 24. I had 48 tracts.
Wow.
And that was Catholic Answers for quite a while as I was still practicing law. And then later on, in the late 80s, I did 2 things. I started a newsletter and got paid subscribers for that and began to say, well, maybe it'd be possible to make a modest living out of this.
Mhm.
And the other thing was that I wrote my first book, Catholicism and Fundamentalism, which just took off and became a bestseller. And at the time, in its early years, the only 2 authors that Ignatius Press had more success with were Cardinal Ratzinger and Mother
Mhm.
Teresa.
Mhm.
So I was feeling pretty happy about that. And so in the first part of 1988, I closed down my law practice and went full time with a couple of friends
Mhm.
into Catholic Answers.
Hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this highlight clip. If you want to see the full interview, go to the description of this video and you'll see a link to the full thing. And by the way, hit the like button and the subscribe button. And if you want to support me at Reason and Theology, go to patreon.com/Reason and Theology. Thank you, and God bless.